worldwide. Those of you that are new to the channel, to the culture, Cain Self-Defense University, Cain at Home 6-Week Challenge, a warm welcome to you. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button so that you don't miss anything. Today's topic by request. With everything going on today, I am speaking to gun owners, firearm owners, concealed weapon permit holders, those of you considering. A portion of those who are coming now to the Cain culture are already concealed weapons permit holders, or they're looking to invest in a firearm. Again, Cain, firearm, knife, pepper spray, all tools to create leverage. Sometimes we refer to the Cain as an equalizer. We say, hey, it's an instant equalizer. Well, it's an instant equalizer when you have the training in the hands of the trained caner. And so training is the true blue equalizer. What I'd like to present here today are the advantages and the value that a Cain can provide for those that are concealed weapons holders, those that use firearms. Any tool is going to be of value to the extent that you can have it with you when you need it the most. And let's just face it, if you're a firearm holder, and by the way, ACSD, we are all in favor of responsible gun ownership, which goes beyond just having a concealed weapons permit, which may be very limited so far as training. It does not equate with training. Responsible gun ownership includes training under the duress of that moment when your adrenaline is kicking in, interfering with your decision-making process and your neuromuscular responses, right? So it requires training. And so there are times that you may just not be able to have that firearm with you when you may need it the most. And there are many examples of that, right? So you can't have it where they're serving alcohol, liquor within a certain distance, can't have it in government buildings, can't get it through airport security, so on and so forth. Yet, we still have threats. But let me show you how this tool, because it is an impact tool, 36 to 37 inches. I'm using a drone, obviously, because I don't want to hurt my partner. And let's take a look at 3 instances where you can use this Cain to create distance so that it gives you time to draw that tool. Keep in mind, one of the best advantages of this is it's already drawn. It's very difficult because it's to go from a standard or a reverse grip and explode with this when you have the training and know how to use it. We're always going to be the quickest draw, right? That's what we train for. But the first one would be, if you have an assailant, and I'll ask Kiko to hold up that's a prop, right, a knife, but here it is, you're at a gas station or you're wherever, hey man, I don't want any trouble. He reaches, and now this is escalated, right? And so now it's that power shot strategy that we covered in a previous segment with the loud verbal, back off, back off! If we make contact with an impact tool or seeking bone, the idea is to overwhelm, back off, back off, back off, to buy you enough time to have this neuromuscular response to where now you see how the Cain, we went from this to this, and it's a neuromuscular response. We train you in this way, right? That's one example. You're creating distance, because against that knife attack, distance is your best friend. We know how fast this guy with a knife can cover a distance, Tuller drills and other ways of demonstrating this, but how quickly, if you haven't drawn, he can cover. This can buy you time, back off, back off, back off, to where you're here, and then go ahead and draw. It may also be that you don't even know that he's armed and he has this dreaded knife. And so now it's, hey, listen, man, back off, I don't want any issues, but he proceeds with an attack. And you knock that down, you go into power shot, back off, down, 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 boom, he comes down. But guess what? You're trying to incapacitate, and it's not enough. It wasn't a shot that permanently incapacitated him. He's under the effects of drugs, of whatever it is, and now he escalates this again. So he went down here, boom, you took out his shin, he came down. Now you see that he's reaching for his pocket. Guess what? Could be a knife, a gun, there's the knife again. You back off, tactical L, move off to the side, and you're giving very specific commands, right? Those of you that are trained to use firearms tactically. You know, you're aiming at center mass, so on and so forth. It's beyond the scope of this, but just to show you how the tool can, again, buy you time and distance, right, so that you can draw that firearm. Lastly, a third scenario, very bad, right? This is where you don't even see him coming, and suddenly, boom, here you are. How's that concealed weapons permit working for you now? What are you going to do? If I go to draw here, all he has to do is here. So there's not too many things we can do. Now that training has to kick in. Only 3 things that you need to do, 3 ways to do this, 3 components to it. So we are going to clear, we're going to anchor and extract. So the only thing I can do here is, boom, hold this down. Now go ahead and cut me. It's not going to happen because this is lined up with my center. It's away from his center and lined up with mine. So that's how I clear. I'll create a little hole for me here so that I can get out. Down, 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 down. Create again, and then be able to go ahead and draw. So you may very well need an empty hand skill set when you don't have your cane. You couldn't draw your firearm, right? So he comes up here, he does that. You may or may not have the cane, and back off, down, 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 down. Bang, you have, come on, boom, step back, create, draw, right? Even if it's through the shirt, it requires training. It requires training. And again, at times you may not have either one of these, and you're just going to have to do it with your bare hands, right? So back off, down, 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 and draw. Can you get cut? You can get cut, right? But you may have cut yourself for shaving, right? What we're looking is to not have these vital cuts. So it's just an idea here for you so that you can get a sense. Those of you that are coming in, we have a lot of individuals now, again, with everything going on, with an interest in carrying firearms, how it is that this cane, not to replace your firearm, but to use it as a complementary tool that can buy you time. If this makes sense to you, you want to learn more about this, please, the best way to get started with cane training. Don't go on the site, don't start unless you're purchasing canes, courses, training. Let's have a conversation first. Do me a big favor, text the letters CCC to 305-745-7839. And our team will go ahead and set you up with a no-cost, what we call a cane clarity call, where we'll show you how to go from beginner and give you a blueprint so you really have a map, and every time you pick up the cane, you know what it is that you should be doing daily to make yourself better. I'm Joe Rubina for American Cane Self-Defense. Thanks for watching. Stay safe and keep caning.